show you the way. Girl, I don't take it for granted. Why can't we just give it a go? Infatuated more than you know. I want you near with the same point of view. I'm always ready, so call me over. We're meant to be like the sun and the moon. I just want you to know I'll have a strawberry side on the side next to you. No wasting time, can you tell me the truth? I'm feeling you, yeah, I'm feeling you. Oh, oh, be honest, tell me why. Honest, tell me why.
These days I have so much work to do. Like this past month of July has been really busy at work because there are not only projects to work on, but there are also a lot of events, seminars, workshops, networking events and stuff like that. So I've just been really busy and it's been a very tiring month, but I'm really glad that July is over and it's now August. So I'm gonna be able to breathe a bit better because I was so stressed over work that I kept dreaming about work and kept having nightmares. So I think I was just thinking about work too much. And also because now that I'm pregnant, so I tend to have more vivid dreams more often. Like I was so busy that even when I was on MC, I still had to do work because clients don't care whether you're on MC or not. You have to get things done by the deadline. Let's talk a little bit about malls. So there are a few different malls in Singapore that I tend to frequent. Sometimes it's because I really like that mall, or because it's very conveniently located to me, or because they just have stores that I always like to patronize, be it in terms of buying things that I need and also in terms of the kind of food options that they have. Or sometimes it's just convenient because I just go past there and it's just on the way. But one thing to note is that not every mall in Singapore is built the same. So the different malls actually have their pros and cons. And I just want to talk about a few of them that I tend to frequent. So firstly, right, it's Hougang Mall. I tend to go past Hougang Mall sometimes, and recently they have been undergoing a lot of renovation works, but they didn't close the entire mall for the renovation works. So what they did is that they close off level by level, portion by portion, and then each time they are done with the renovation, they will open it up and then just close another portion to do. So they have already done the level 1, and the very sad thing is last time Hougang Mall, right, on level 1 had toilet, but now level 1 has no toilet. So it's like whenever I need to use the toilet, right, I have to go all the way up to level 2. So that's a little bit inconvenient, I would say. And also the main entrance of Hougang Mall when you're coming from the MRT, right? It used to be just spectacle shops and, KFC and stuff like that. But now they've changed it to a lot of small food stores along the entrance of Hougang Mall from the MRT side. But the issue is it is so narrow that every time I just want to walk through the area, I want to walk past to get into the main area of the mall, right? It is so crowded, very hard to walk because everyone's standing around waiting for their food, queuing for food and stuff like that. So, and it's all at the entrance of that mall. So I just get super annoyed every time I have to walk past there. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like who thought of actually putting all those food stores there? Like who thought of that placement? Who thought of that sighting, right? So it's just super hard, and it's so bad to the point that it's not just me who thinks this way, but when I'm walking around there, right, I always overhear other people, other patrons of the mall also saying things like, wow, it's way too crowded, it's so hard to walk, everyone's just waiting around for the food, and then it's like so narrow, so squeezy and stuff like that. So it's definitely not just my sentiment about that. And also for Hougang Mall's toilets, there's no paper tissue. So every time when I wash my hand, right, I will just wipe it dry on my own clothes lah. Because I personally don't use hand dryers at all. Personally don't feel comfortable using it because I don't know how clean that air is when it touches my hands. Now let's talk about my favorite mall of all time so far. Actually Plaza Singapura. I think I've mentioned it a few times in a lot of my previous vlogs before. And it's because it's very conveniently located because, I work at Raffles Place. So it's just 2 stops away. There are multiple MRT lines. And also I love the food options available at Plaza Singapura. You can have the kopitiam where it's not as crowded as other malls kopitiams like Nex at Serangoon. And then there's also a lot of other food options which I really love, like Ko Chang, the Vietnamese food. Their spring roll is so good. There's the more affordable ones at the basement also, like the Ban Mian store, like the Nam Ki Pa. And also I like that there's Five Guys, and then just so many different types of cuisines, like there's even Genki sushi, just everything. So I really love their food options there. It's really a very good mix of all kinds of cuisines. And it's not like, some malls where most of the cuisines are like, just the Hunan cuisine or those certain cuisines that I tend to find to be too spicy. And also, their shopping options are amazing, especially if you want to buy clothes. There are so many blog shops over there, like Love and Bravery, the Tinsel Rack. There's also other big stores that are not blog shops that I always tend to go to buy my essentials, like Marks and Spencer. I go there to buy their undergarments because it's very good quality and they have a wide size range. It's very good. And then they have Muji where I can get my household essentials. There are some malls that I try not to go to or I tend not to frequent because they are way too big, and every time I go there I tend to get lost. So for example, North Point City at Yishun is one that I try to avoid because I always get lost and I don't really know how to navigate it that well. It's too huge for me. And Vivo is also very big, but because there's a lot more brands that I kind of like to shop at, so I don't mind going to Vivo. Vivo has a good mix of local brands and international brands. So local brands will be like, the jewelry store Monday's Made. They have a store there, and then they have just a lot of international brands, right, like Kate Spade. And then when I need to shop at a department store, I tend to go to Takashimaya. It's in like Ngee City, right, at Orchard. So what I really like about that is that it's walking distance to Scape, and because Scape has my favorite Korean froyo brand, the Yeowajang. And Taka itself sells a lot of things, and also the food options are not bad. But I tend to avoid going to Taka's food fair, like in the middle of Ngee City, right? They tend to like to hold a Japanese food fair or any kind of food fair there. It's usually extremely crowded, and I hate crowds. I get very anxious when I'm in a very crowded place or too close to people, skin to skin. So I tend not to enjoy going to those food fairs. It's just not the same as, those countries like in London or Australia that I've been to, where I go to their Sunday market and then the weather is so nice and it's so open. There's so much space to walk, so many things to shop. The food fair in Singapore malls, right, it tends to be very cluttered, very close together because, we obviously don't have a lot of space to work with.